Hey everybody, I am going to be mostly one hand handling the camera in this video, so it's going to be a little bit more shaky than you may be used to with me, but in this video I'm not going to be focusing on the city here, even though I'm in the city room. I'm going to be giving you a little peek at some stuff behind the scenes, some stuff that I've literally never shown before. Now that I think about it, stuff that is literally behind the scenes, not just figuratively. Wait, is all of it? Yes, all of it, all of it. Starting with where I'm going right now. This is the easy one. Gonna open this up back here and reveal behind the curtain something that I may have mentioned once before, but I don't think I've ever shown it. And I've definitely not shown it the way that it is now because I have just this past few weeks doubled it up. So remember back in the day, back when I didn't have all this skybox around this room, and you could just see the figures up there, the minifig collection wall. I had a whole row back here up against the wall of half-height, like bookcases with doors on them. Well, here are some of them. I will show you more of them shortly, but here are some of them, and I've just recently double stacked them. So they're half height, but I found a good secure way to get them double stacked. And this lets you see some of the stuff that's inside of these. Now I may have shown the inside of these before, but they've changed a little bit. So obviously some brick heads up there, and I've got the camera almost at the ceiling now. So you can see some of the ones that are in the back there. I've never really put much pride into my brick heads collection or anything. I've put even more pride, as funny as it is, into my nanofig collection. But more importantly, in this case, I've got all of my Speed Champions cars thus far, with room to add more, obviously, because we've got more that are coming out in the next week or so, week or two, closer to week. So I've got plenty of room. Plus, I mean, this is empty and that can go anywhere. So yeah, I like Speed Champions because I like cars. It's going to be interesting to see how the new 8 stud wide ones fit in or don't with the old stuff. And then down here, this is kind of miscellany. For folks who want to know exactly what these pieces of furniture are, they are IKEA Billy bookcases in half height. The short ones, normal width. And then I also have some half width ones over on the left, and I'm going to show you those momentarily. So yeah, just miscellany here. Some vintage, some semi-vintage stuff, some special edition stuff. That's just stuff that I've wanted to hold on to longer than short term, but I don't know exactly what to do with. Some things I really want to keep long term just for my own sake. Some I feel are important and of great interest, and some are not. You got some just miscellaneous stuff there. This is the entire set. I forget the name of it, but it's the entire set minus the dinosaur that it came with. I just wanted to keep the dinosaur, but in case I ever want to part with that set, I've kept its parts together. So minifigs are in these narrow half height and half width cases, bookcases, as they're supposed to be, and I put a bunch of extra shelves in them to make this much more efficient than it would be otherwise. So I've got just enough room to get the figures in there, even if they have tall weapons and accessories. And most of this is unsorted, so obviously this is all Star Wars stuff here. Most of this is unsorted or poorly sorted at best until I get to here. This is Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and then Rise of Skywalker. Definitely have some new figures coming in there as well. And then the rest of my minifigures, which are again poorly sorted here. These are just the superheroes ones, and I need to split those off into DC and Marvel because it's kind of blasphemous to put them together. Even for someone who's not a super fan of either. And then just some other extra stuff. So down below, a couple of the Ghostbusters cars, and then the extra stuff for the Silent Mary, which I am currently displaying in my underwater space. But yeah, again, just things that I wanted to keep together, and some miscellany. So those are there, and every time that you see a video in this room, you're going to mostly be seeing this closed, but know now what is behind the curtain. A few times in a few videos, I have shown my parts collection as it stands now in a different room. And I don't think I've ever taken you all the way up to the building desk itself, the main building desk. I've got a couple of, just some extra equipment from various filming sessions, but all this stuff here is just left over from the build of that thing for the ET commercial and so on, that whole campaign. If you haven't seen that, check that out, but this is just what's left over. Haven't put any of that stuff away yet, but I have done other things in this room. So what I've just done is turned around 180 degrees, and obviously I need to do a little bit of leveling. The shelf on the left needs to be brought up on its left, well, a left for us. Anyway, needs to be straightened up. But you can see right there in the center, I've got a couple more of those half-height, drawer, shelf units, cabinets, and those were previously in the Lego City room. And those have just Star Wars stuff in them. And then I've added these two full height shelving units on the left and right. Put some big things up top. I've got my modern, most recent Harry Potter stuff over on the right, just kind of temporarily. Even though I'm not a Harry Potter super fan, I am keeping these sets for a while as they continue to come out with more new ones, and especially things that can be compared, contrasted, or combined. Things that actually go with Hogwarts Castle itself, the minifig appropriate one. Just as sets, they seem pretty good to me. It's just something that I found to be interesting. The sets are more interesting to me than the source material. Just how it is. So in here, I have my collection of sequel trilogy sets. These are also things that I'm holding on to as they continue to come out with more new stuff. And if you hear stuff in the background, my apologies. We've got the laundry going right now. I don't think it's going to come across too loud for you, but I am holding on to these. I'm going to continue to just add to this collection as they come out with more Rise of Skywalker stuff, second wave, major wave of Rise of Skywalker stuff, and eventually be able to just look at all of them together. And yeah, that's all that's going on here. So I have a little bit of extra space yet, and I've not focused on trying to get this stuff in display-worthy condition because I'm not worried about displaying it in here. I'm just worried about storage. And storage is something that has been sorely lacking. But look at all this space, all this just free space that I have now that I did not have before, as well as the stuff on the other side. Just some more Star Wars stuff that I personally have held on to, including some of the vintage sets, some of the originals going all the way down to the bottom, and some of the better, newer stuff from the original trilogy. And then this is ancient over here. They haven't made these in a while. I've had this piece, this little corner unit, since I want to say my first full-sized house that I rented, which would have been back in like, let's see, I had an apartment, and then went to, I think it was the second rental place that I got on my own, 2002, something like that. So it just still fits with the system. And then here in a different room, speaking of those old bookcases, here's another one of them. Has some Lego on top, some Mega Constructs, and then my 1/18th scale diecast collection, which I have not added to in some time. And everything over here needs to be dusted badly, but I'll get to that. I also have some smaller than 1/18th scale stuff over here, most of which has significant sentimental value, and you don't have time to listen to my stupid stories about old sentimental stuff. So I'm just going to keep going because people want to see more different stuff. Show me more. Show me more. I'm showing you more. I'm hand holding a light here because I didn't realize just how dark this corner is. Like to the human eye, which is able to, adjust, it looks perfectly fine, but I'm having to shine a bright light back here. But just more miscellaneous stuff, including things that I just personally have held on to because I'm interested in holding on to it. Whether it has any value to the channel or to any viewers whatsoever, it does not matter. Some of this stuff is just stuff that, again, has sentimental value to me, has connections to my childhood or connections to other stuff that I have enjoyed. Some of these things are gifts. Actually, a fair number of them were gifts. And yeah, just miscellany. Then over here, it's got some books down below, some magazines, some more Lego. You know, I really want to do some more custom Lego builds of Destiny stuff. I've not played Destiny recently, but I did play it in the Shadowkeep era a fair amount. And speaking of Destiny, hey, perfect. Did not intend to do that, but a perfect segue to some more Destiny stuff. This should be the complete collection of Mega Construx Destiny stuff that they've made so far. From what I've heard, they are going to do more, which is good. I think they've done a very excellent job with this stuff up to this point, with most of it at least, and I'm looking forward to more of it. And here's the big one, all the figures. Again, lots of dust. My apologies for that. Just haven't been able to create the time to do all the dusting, which needs to be very fine work, which ultimately will involve moving every single one of those and dusting and then putting them back. That's just stuff you got to deal with when you're doing collections. Some more Mega Construx stuff up here. I also have my one single physical title seal badge thing over there, which is for Wayfarer. It's the easiest one to get, I guess, but for somebody like me who's, you know, busy, it was a proud moment being able to earn that. Then more Mega Construx stuff up here. Just finishing things off with the Game of Thrones and a little bit more Destiny. Here's more geeky stuff on display. The big Mega Construx Star Trek Enterprise. Something from my childhood over there from Fisher-Price. And then some of my Kobe tanks. I'm missing some of my older Kobe tanks. I just haven't found them lately. I've actually been playing, in place of Destiny, I've been playing more Call of Duty. As a matter of fact, I've been playing Call of Duty quite a bit lately with Modern Warfare. It is very good. And I've enjoyed it, and I've connected with a fairly large group of real-life friends who are playing it as well. So that's really helped and has brought my Call of Duty Mega Construx stuff interest up. And then I get into my knife collection here, including my Gil Hibben Griffin right there, which I'm very, very proud to own. One of those, as seen on TV, again back around 2002 or thereabouts. This is another one of those old bookshelf units. You think IKEA stuff is junk? Well, this has gone through many, many, many moves, intact. All of these have. They're just the basic ones, so they're actually doing very well. There's another gift over there from a friend that's from Stargate, and then more of my actual knife stuff. I'm actually holding this light now, so I'm not able to reach out and grab some of the stuff, but that's my big kukri there, another Mega Construx thing, and then my folding knives are in these little drawers, ones that I've used and sharpened and honed and stuff in the past, and some fixed knives in between. Yeah, there are different colors of shelves, just the way that it is. New shelves are not compatible with the old anyway. It's just how it is. Nothing to worry about. Just a different color. Knives, all knives. This is all knives. All that's knives. Knives in between, as well as some knife accessories, and more knives down to the floor. There's just an example of what those look like if you haven't seen the insides before. And then here's one more thing that is behind the scenes. This is actually a new bookcase, but in the same color as the last one we looked at. And this is truly miscellany, but it's great to have more extra space. And I mean, when I say miscellany, I mean miscellany. It's just a mix of various things. Some more Mega Construx stuff there, formerly Mega Bloks, with the Call of Duty, again, coming out of storage because of my new interest in that theme. Real interest for the first time. And then finally, my loose instructions, including stuff from Lego and also other companies. So I've kept, I think, all of my Mega Construx and Mega Bloks instructions up to this point for all the stuff that I have still assembled in room 117, all the Halo stuff especially, but the other stuff as well. And then with Lego stuff, I've kept some things. So instructions for the big things, for vintage items, old catalogs, and that's pretty much it. Some miscellany again, but for the most part, when I'm through building something, I get rid of the instructions because it's all available digitally anyway. But, I just recycle the stuff with the boxes for things that I'm going to keep, or if I'm going to donate or sell them, then I do keep the instructions, and I just pack all that stuff up together. And lastly, this is the first time you have ever been, a camera has ever been, in my studio room, but behind the scenes. And that's all I'm going to show you. Ha! Wait, I lied. Here's some more. These are new too. And that is that. Hope you enjoyed that. Just a little something different and extra, just for the fun of it. Talk to you again soon.